Canada is set to send 4 Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine. That announcement comes on the heels of Germany giving countries the green light to send their own tanks to Ukraine. Germany itself will send 14 of them, and the U.S. is set to send 31 M1 Abrams tanks. Why is Canada sending just 4? Anita Anand is Canada's Defence Minister. Hi, Minister. Good to have you on our program this evening. You said in your announcement today that the 4 tanks Canada is sending to Ukraine are all operational. How many total operational Leopard 2s are there?
We are continually making sure that the entire fleet of 82 is upgraded and addressed, and so they are at various stages of serviceability. Vassy, we need to make sure that there is a constant flow of spare parts that are needed to address the capability. But the sending of 4 tanks today announced is incredibly important. We are here with our allies. We are coordinated with our allies. Just days after the request came in from Minister Resnikoff and President Zelensky. And so we'll continue to evaluate how we can offer aid to Ukraine. We already have, as you know, more than $1 billion of aid on the table. And today's announcement was extremely important. As you know, 200 vehicles announced last week, a NASAMS system announced the week before, and today we are coming forward with 4 tanks to join our allies to offer this incredibly important capability to Ukraine in its defense of its sovereignty and stability and security.
Point taken, Minister. So just to be clear, though, are all 82 operational?
They're at various stage of operationability or serviceability, if you will. They are really important capabilities for our Canadian Armed Forces so that they themselves can train on that equipment. And that's really how we arrived at the number 4. We want to make sure that we have tanks in Canada for the Canadian Armed Forces to train on. Want to make sure that we have tanks here in case ever there is a need to defend the homeland, and we need to make sure that we have our obligations to NATO and to Operation Reassurance at the forefront of our minds as well.
So in layman's terms, Minister, is 4 the most Canada can send right now? And when you opened up the possibility of more in the future, on what basis will you make that evaluation?
I wanted to make sure that we were showing a strong showing of support with our allies right away. And so as soon as the Ramstein conference concluded, the Chief of Defense Staff and our broader team and I had a conversation, numerous conversations, to make sure that we were putting tanks on the table with our allies. And it's really important from an interoperability standpoint, from a coordination standpoint, to have this show of support for Ukraine at this time. However, we will continue to evaluate what more we can do, not only in the area of tanks, but also in terms of other capabilities that are specifically requested by Ukraine. And so this is an ongoing conversation here in Canada and with our allies. We have to remember, it's not just the 4 tanks that we are sending to Ukraine in the coming weeks. We are also sending munitions with those tanks. We are also sending trainers. And we're also sending spare parts. And training is incredibly important because inside the tank, you have a gunner, you have a driver, you have a loader, and you have a crew commander. And you also need a maintainer or mechanic outside the tank. And all of those different areas of tank expertise need to have some training attached to it. And the Canadian Armed Forces experts, right. Well-recognized experts around the world in training will be offering that to the Ukrainian Armed Forces in a third country.
And I totally understand all the stuff that goes with it. But to Canadians who watch and see, for example, on the same program tonight, the Prime Minister of Poland talking about how they're going to send 14, Germany will send 14, the U.S. is sending 31 Abrams, and are wondering why only 4. Your answer to that criticism, right? And is this actually a meaningful move by your government, or is there more that you could be doing at this juncture?
As I said, we have continually put aid that is specifically requested by Ukraine on the table. That's the first point, the NASAMS, the 200 vehicles, that $1 billion worth of aid, and now these 4 tanks. The second point is that you have to look at the denominator, how many tanks that each of those countries has in its stock, and then look at the proportion of vehicles that are being sent over. And Canada's proportion of vehicles for over 82 is relatively high compared to the other countries that you mentioned. And so I will say that we are continually there for Ukraine with meaningful aid that it is specifically asking for. And in that respect, Canada is punching well above its weight.
Has the exercise of donations like this one, when you made the point about the proportionality, I think it's an interesting one. I'm thinking also of the purchase that you made from the U.S. of the air defense system, the missile defense system, and the fact that the Canadian military has been waiting for one for about a decade as well. Has it made you realize that our own military cupboard is more bare than Canadians might like it to be?
I am very much engrossed in our defense policy update at the current time, and that was requested in Budget 2022 for us to undertake, and that's what we're working on right now. We will be embarking on consultations with regards to the defense policy update. At the same time, we have to recognize that that defense policy update is layered on a very comprehensive strategy, Strong, Secure, Engaged, where we will see defense spending increase by 70% between 2017 and 2026. And so what we are seeing now is a very comprehensive examination of continued capabilities that will be required by the Canadian Armed Forces in the short and the long term, and executing on those demands. And that's why you saw me recently announce the procurement finalized of 88 future fighters F-35s, because we will continue to ensure that the Canadian Armed Forces have what is needed not only to defend our homeland, but also to participate in our multinational alliances in NORAD and NATO and beyond.
With respect, Minister, I lived through the 2017-18 defense review in which the same conclusions were reached. Do you regret your government not working faster to be in a different position now with respect to procurement and that so-called military cupboard?
So, Vassy, I've been in this portfolio for just over a year, and we are moving with alacrity to execute on the delivery of aid for Ukraine, the ensuring that we are continuing to lead in Operation Reassurance in Latvia, where we lead the Enhanced Forward Presence Battle Group, executing on an Indo-Pacific strategy, making sure we have NORAD modernization at the forefront, where I recently committed almost $40 billion over 20 years. So let's just say we are moving very quickly to ensure the Canadian Armed Forces has what is needed to defend our country, to ensure that we are also participating meaningfully in our multilateral obligations, NORAD, NATO, and beyond.
Okay, Minister, I know your time is limited. My point was just, I know you've only been there a year. Your government, though, has been there since 2015. I do appreciate your time today, though. Thank you very much.
I'm always looking ahead, Vassy. We've got to continue to deliver for Canadians and the Canadian Armed Forces. And I'd like to thank them for their work, especially on these tanks that are being sent over. The time and attention and care that has gone into maintaining these tanks is going to make a difference on the Ukrainian battlefield. So thank you to the Canadian Armed Forces.
Okay, Minister, I'll leave it there. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Take good care.